Welcome back to DaBoot Tragedies. I'm here with another season review, and this time it's no other than Cam Jordan, the most consistent, the most reliable player we've had over the last decade since he's been in the NFL, other than Drew Brees. Basically, him and Drew Brees have been staples of this team for the last decade plus, and Cam Jordan with another good season under his belt. Now, before we jump into this, man, click that subscribe button if you're new, you've been here, you're just not subscribed. We're almost to 8K. Let's try to get that before January is out, starting this new year off with a bang. But let's jump into it. Cam Jordan did something that I didn't know if he was going to get to it. Last year, he was kind of shaky, wasn't looking too well, but finished the season, super strong in the sack column. Ended up finishing, I think, last season with 12.5. But that is the Saints sack record. He passes Ricky Jackson on the all-time Saints sack list, finishing with 115.5 sacks on the season. Well, not on the season, but in his career, finished the season with that. So congrats to him with that. Obviously, his durability has been absolutely fantastic for the Saints. Missed 2 games, I believe, one due to COVID and then one due to that eye injury or face injury he had this season. So obviously the most durable player, in Saints history. Guy's just been a beast for us. Obviously he's going to be a Hall of Famer, man. Has a Hall of Fame career. Now let's kind of jump into his season. Absolutely fantastic season from Cam Jordan. Like, I don't even know where to begin. The guy has just been consistently good basically every season. And then this year was no different. He finished with 8.5 sacks. I mean, obviously that's not, crazy numbers, but a guy that's been in the league this long, still giving you 8.5 sacks. He did miss a game this season, like I said. 16 games that he played in, 16 started. So the guy's just been a beast for us. 66 total tackles this year, 40 solo tackles, 13 tackles for loss. He's had 8 straight seasons with double-digit tackles for losses. That's absolutely crazy. 8 straight seasons, I think 9 out of the last 10, he's had double digits with tackles for loss. Man, tackles for loss basically in drives. You start off 1st and 10, running back gets tackled in the backfield. It's 2nd and 13 already. Like, it's just hard to recover on drives like that. So he's still doing this thing. He had 13 quarterback hits, double digits in that category as well. The guy did all this at 33 years old. 33 years old, still playing a great, brand of football for the Saints, for himself. Turns 34 this summer. And basically, hey, man, enjoy this while you can. I'll say that. Enjoy this while you can. He obviously is not showing signs of slowing down. Well, he's obviously slowed down. He's not, peak Cam Jordan, but he's not bad. I mean, you kind of go on a career progression scale. You basically, start him his rookie year as an average player. Obviously, first couple games, you're going to be average. Then turn into a good player, then turn into a great player. At the peak of your career, you're an all-pro player. Then, you stay there for a minute. Then you start coming back down to, okay, you're just a great player. And I think right now, he's at that really, really good player, stage of his career. Obviously on a downtrend from really good to maybe next year he'll just be good. And then maybe when he's 35, 36, 37, he'll just be average, kind of, completing that cycle of an NFL career. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying he's going to fall off a cliff next year, but that's just, how it goes. Unless you play quarterback or kicker, it's going to be almost impossible to, beat for the time. But as of right now, Cam Jordan's still the best defensive lineman we have on the team, and it's not even close. Name a guy, they're not even close. Obviously, we drafted 2 guys in the first round, Marcus Davenport, Peyton Turner, and you can combine those 2 guys, and they still don't even give you half of what Cam Jordan gave you over the last, couple years since they've been in the league. So Cam Jordan's been a staple of his defense, been great, been a team captain, everything about him, no complaints. And trust me, last year I was on Cam Jordan. If you've been following me for a long time, trust me, I was on him like no other person. He probably got it the most last season. Through all the offensive struggles and injuries we had, I expected more from him, and he wasn't giving it to us. But then that second half of the season last year, basically right after he got injured, he came back and he just went crazy. He went crazy. He absolutely tore it up. This season he was much more consistent. Had 3 sacks against Philadelphia, which basically gave him that record in that, second to last game of the season. So shout out to Cam Jordan, man. He's been an excellent player for us. He's one of the main guys that we've paid money to, and you can't complain about it. We've paid a lot of guys over the years, and you're like, damn, why we paid those guys? The contracts just haven't lived up, to the play on the field. We've drafted guys in the first round, and the play hasn't lived up to the first round draft pick. I can name a couple guys off the top of my head. Obviously Davenport, obviously Peyton Turner, Cesar Ruiz at one point, but he had a bounce back year this year. I mean, Jarius Byrd, that's a contract that we offer someone that was absolutely bad. You can throw Michael Thomas in there, especially when it looks like, he's going to be released or whatnot this season. So it's been a lot of contracts, a lot of, first round picks that haven't lived up to the bill for the Saints. But Cam Jordan, since he's been a Saint, he's lived up to it. From being a first round pick to getting big contracts to being a leader on and off the field. He's done everything. He's just been a perfect player for the Saints. Obviously, that number 94 will get retired. He will be in the Hall of Fame. So what I expect from Cam Jordan this upcoming season, I don't know. It's definitely way too early for that. He has a big cap number for the Saints. This cap number can't be that high, in a couple years. Maybe he still worked it. I'm not going to say he's not worked it because he brings so much to the team than just stats. Obviously, he's not going to be a 15 to 20 sack guy anymore. That's just not going to happen. His pass rushing just isn't there. But he'll still give you between 7 to 10 sacks a season, which is pretty good. He'll still be an absolutely beast in the run game. He's probably still one of the best in the NFL in the run game. And maybe if he slipped the D tackle, he'll be good. But he has shown no signs of slowing down at the defensive end position. So I don't think that's going to be a necessity. Or I don't think he really wants to. Because if he did, I'm sure he'll just slide in there and be a beast in that situation as well. But I think that cap number is $23 million next season. I'm sure he's going to get a restructure to lower that cap number for the Saints, get him some flexibility with that cap. But enjoy it while it lasts, man. Enjoy it while it lasts. You enjoy him. You enjoy some more guys like Mario Davis, some other guys I'll do reviews on because these guys are getting older. They're getting older. This peak defensive window is closing. Well, I won't say it's closing. We just need to retool it. We're going to lose basically, 2 all-pro caliber players within the next maybe 2 seasons, maybe 3 seasons in Mario and Cam Jordan. So, hey, if we replace those guys, we can keep that elite defensive window open. But, man, Cam Jordan, excellent season. Have no bad things to say about him this season just because the defensive line play was so poor that, he just stood out as obviously the best one we've had, and that should be no shock to nobody. Let me know what y'all think about Cam Jordan, season, kind of his career and what you expect from him coming forward. How long you think he'll, be with the Saints, and just things like that. Whatever you want in the comments, man. As always, thank y'all for tuning in once again. It's DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.